Hello and welcome to the 7th.
Man, Don, you need to start figuring this out.
I probably do. It's either the 7th or 8th episode of the second season of Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. I am your host, as always, Scotch on the sidelines, and you know what time it is. Zach's class doesn't really do the thing. With me, I have the commissioner, Zach, and the Good Old Boys Club. And we also have, formerly known as Infeco and many other names, Matthew Lloyd Henderson. Welcome, sir.
I'm back, baby.
All right. You guys better strap on your seatbelts because we already know there's going to be all sorts of shenanigans with Matthew back on the podcast this week.
Quite a few.
All right.
Quite a few. Be ready.
Zach, where are we kicking this bad boy off?
I guess we'll just continue with the IRL, in real life football.
IRL football, sir. First segment so far this season has always been that.
Yes.
All right, Zach, just like your week, I'm going to have to lean on you a little bit more this week because you likely watched more football than I did.
I did not watch a whole bunch of football. I was on the road heading back from North Dakota with the family. I did follow along closely and watched a lot of highlights, and then I caught the Sunday night game and both Monday games. I didn't watch a whole lot on Sunday, like I said.
Perfect. We can focus on some other things this week since neither of us watched a goddamn thing. All right, Texans-Titans. Did you watch that highlight?
Yeah, oh man, that was one of our bets last week, and I was rooting so hard for Deshaun Watson. Even if they didn't get the dub, I was just so happy that he squeaked out our bet victory. Deshaun Watson, 32 points compared to Ryan Tannehill, 28 and some change. But, man, that was a heck of a game. I kept getting notifications because I have Henry, and it said Henry 94-yard rush touchdown. I'm like, man. And then he caught a 40-yard swing pass in overtime and then runs another one in overtime. Just that, like, the Titans are for real. Like,
yes.
If anyone thought last year was a fluke, not a chance.
Yeah, the Titans are pretty outrageous. Matt, were you trying to chime in?
I was trying to chime in. I like how you noticed that I raised my hand on the Zoom feature, so I was just going to see how that works.
I didn't see it. I just saw you unclick your mute button.
Oh, I was muted?
I don't know. Sounded like you're muted.
Oh, I was just kind of listening along, just making sure I wasn't being a caveman all the way out here in Kansas, because I'll admit the only highlight I saw from that game was Derrick Henry just busted open and then take it all the way to the house. So, man, that is an impressive, not only just football player, but just impressive human being. He's like if you take, like, Madden, just turn up, all the height, turn up all the weight, turn up all the speed, and just let him go. He's insane.
We've all done that.
He's a human
creative player. Yep. You get the 7-foot tall creative player who's 390 pounds, runs 99 speed, 99 acceleration.
Yeah, that's Derrick Henry in a nutshell. When I got him in the 5th round last year, my eyes just lit up. I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to get this guy. And I think Zachary drafted him this year, correct?
I did.
Did you? Oh yeah, that's right. It was
lucky duck.
Was it 2 picks ahead of me? 3.
Yeah, pick 7.
Yeah, and I was at 10. I was at the 10 spot, right?
Ooh, that's a tough part of the draft order.
Yeah, you were 10. Moving on to – there's 2 games that I did see a lot of highlights, and, like, the 2 garbage time city games were the Ravens and the Eagles and then the Falcons and Vikings. I was checking my fantasy score because I was playing Heath, and Heath had Travis Fulgham, and he played Kirk Cousins because of bye week problem, and they had, like, no points going in the fourth quarter. And then the Vikings just threw 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and then Fulgham catches, like, 5 passes and a touchdown in the fourth quarter and almost got him the win. Like, Heath outscored his projections by, like, 30 points, and I was just hanging on by a thread.
Dude, Justin Jefferson's the goddamn truth.
Yeah, he is. Well, he got a lot of garbage time, granted, but the Falcons defense is awful.
Dude, watching the Eagles and the Vikings, they're basically the Raiders right now. It's all garbage time. Don't watch the games. You can watch the highlights. Do not watch the games. It is so ugly.
But again, that being said, man, the Ravens, they suck. Like they're
The Ravens?
5-1. They can't run the ball. It's like the Eagles came marching back and didn't. I mean, the score was 38-28. The Eagles didn't get the 2-point conversion. Otherwise, it would gone to overtime. I mean, they can't hold on to a lead. They can't run the ball. Lamar Jackson's been inaccurate. Like I don't know what's going on with them.
It's like they're having a Super Bowl hangover without the Super Bowl.
Well, it doesn't help when you have an inaccurate quarterback, and they're trying to throw the ball. So, like, their percentage, I think I saw their percentage is 52% pass, 48% run, which doesn't make any sense with that offense.
The Ravens nearly blew this game.
Oh, yeah.
They were up 24-6 going into the fourth quarter, and they could not hang on. I attest that all to the lack of running game.
Yeah, I agree.
The weird thing with the Ravens too is they're kind of reminding me of like the 2015 Panthers a little bit, where it's just like, their quarterback's, such a good runner, but it's like once you put any pressure on him, he might struggle a little bit. So I just wonder if there's just kind of like, defensive coordinators are kind of biting at or chomping at the bit a little bit, just, trying to blitz him and everything. So it's kind of interesting to watch this Ravens team.
I've not seen any Ravens at all so far this year.
You're not missing much. There's nothing going on. Like, I mean, for fantasy purposes, like Mark Andrews is still a top 4 tight end. Hollywood Brown's had some big games. Lamar Jackson, like quarterback 12, 10.
That's what's up.
Drafted.
What?
How high was Lamar Jackson drafted this year?
Third round, I think.
Yeah, 3.6.
Okay.
So Luke has him. I saw Luke this past weekend, and he's just what's going on in fantasy right now. So,
Lucas, if you're listening, I want to give you a big hello.
But it's been ridiculous. Moving on. The Steelers played Big Brother once again to the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield. No question about it. 38-7 Steelers. Baker Mayfield was just getting pressured and hit all day, threw some horrendous picks. One pick six to start the game, and it was all over from that point. Mika Fitzpatrick, that trade last year has really propelled the Steelers to another elite defense.
Speaking of which, at this point, we currently only have 3 undefeated teams in the NFL as of today.
Mm-hmm. And 2 play on Sunday.
Ooh.
Pittsburgh and Tennessee.
That should be the best matchup of the week. Is it going to be an afternoon game called by CBS?
Well, surprisingly, this was a game that was supposed to be played in week 4, but that was when the Titans had the COVID issues. So
11 a.m. CBS. I bet it's the Romo game.
It probably is. Yeah, because the Broncos play in the afternoon. So
currently a 1-point spread in favor of Tennessee. -1 Tennessee.
That's gonna be
Don't bet on that game.
Oh no.
I was gonna say, just coming from like another kind of standpoint here a little bit. Remember, this Titans team only won by like 2 points against the Broncos in week 1. So don't underestimate the Steelers at all in this one. I think the Steelers could shock some people. As much as I hate Pittsburgh, but I really think they could shock some people in this one.
That wouldn't shock me.
What?
It wouldn't shock me.
No, that's a game you wouldn't want to bet on. If you're a betting person, you want to stay away from that game.
Unless you're taking the Steelers straight up. But you're not going to get good odds.
No. The Bengals blow a fourth quarter lead to the Colts, 31-27. Old man Phillip Rivers throws 3 touchdowns to beat the rookie Joe Burrow.
And all 9.
What?
And all 9 of his children.
I saw that stat. That was really funny. They pulled up career numbers for Joe Burrow and Phillip Rivers, and at the bottom it said children 9. So it's like yards, touchdowns, record, rushing touchdowns, rushing yards, children.
A very relevant statistic, especially for fantasy purposes.
Yeah. All right, Broncos beat the Patriots. Matthew, would you like to touch on that game?
Heck yes.
Kicker points.
I was gonna say I want to give a big shout out to my good buddy Blaster McGee. I'm trying to figure out what his team name is. I'm hoping it's opt out for Harambe. Am I correct there?
Yep.
All right. So coming from fantasy standpoint, Brandon McManus scores all 18 points for my Denver Broncos in a huge upset, but more importantly, getting 22 points for opt out for Harambe in his big victory. Am I jumping ahead, Dalton?
No, I'm just whistling. That's pretty great.
And his big win over, I'm guessing, previously undefeated Show Me the Money.
Yes.
Which is good news for everyone who's chasing Cole.
Yes, exactly.
You were jumping ahead, but that's all right.
All right. I was just excited there because I was hoping Brandon McManus would be brought up because although Broncos defense played a really, really great game and they had a good game plan against Cam Newton, especially where poor Cam, he cannot win against the Broncos even when the Broncos have their worst teams. But Brandon McManus showed up is all I can say. I'm very proud of the man.
He was the only one who did. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Because Drew had some terrible, terrible throws. Like he looked like a backup quarterback to the University of Wyoming.
Now, there is one thing that holds true based on this game and the performance of the Broncos defense. You cannot start your running backs against them.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, ever since like 2015, their run defense has been pretty good. But like back when they had a Mike Shanahan defense, you could literally put in your third string Jets running back and he'd run for 150 yards. So, yeah, I think past couple of seasons, Broncos run defense has been pretty, maybe not Steelers level yet, but it's been pretty decent.
Well, this year, especially for fantasy purposes, they are giving up last week, I think it was the second or first least points against opponents. Who are they playing this week? They're playing the Chiefs.
Oof.
Give me just a second. I will look this up.
Don't worry, Mahomes will do all the work.
Yeah.
While Dalton's looking something up, I will touch on two games that I guarantee nobody watched: the Lions and the Jaguars, and the Washington football team and the New York Giants.
I watched games.
Lions blew up the Jaguars. Don't really have a whole lot from that game. All I do know is DeAndre Swift finally caught fire. 2 touchdowns in the day. Coming out of their bye week, I expected a bigger day out of DeAndre Swift coming out of that bye. And then the only Giants way to win a football game is against the Washington football team and win on a, I think a fumble recovery for a touchdown to win it 20-19. I do not want to see the highlights of that game.
Top 3 defenses against the run, and for some reason this year, it kind of holds true. Like you cannot start your running back unless they are like the top 5 guys against these 3 teams: Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and Denver. Which means,
what do you think about
a good week? He's kind of matchup proof, but I mean, I wouldn't expect him to score 20.
You can't sit him. So, I mean,
no, you can't sit him because of the touchdown potential, just because the whole offense goes through him. But I wouldn't expect
like
20.
13 to 18.
Yeah, that'd be fine. You're just going to have to make up some ground on the rest of your team.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Bears 5-1. I keep bagging on the Bears. They keep winning.
The Bears,
but
big dick Nick.
Well, there goes the every week. I got to put explicit on the description.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I haven't been. Actually, yeah, I haven't been on in a full year.
Every week.
Oh yeah, I got too.
It's normally my fault.
Careful what I say.
Oh no, you're fine.
Dolphins versus the Jets, 24-0. You don't see many shutouts in the NFL, no matter how bad the team is. Ryan Fitzpatrick lights up the Jets. Tua Tagovailoa gets in the game for a little bit, and surprisingly, they named Tua the starter during the bye week, which is very surprising. Speaking since the Dolphins are 3-3 and Fitzpatrick's playing well, but I guess Fitzpatrick's always the stopgap, no doubt about it. We'll have to see what Tua brings in the coming weeks after the bye.
All right, I finally came up with my 3 bets. I'm ready once we get to that portion of the
show. Buccaneers and Packers. Do you see that at all, Dalton?
What's that?
Buccaneers and Packers.
On I'll be honest with you, man. I think I watched like 20 minutes of football this weekend.
Man.
That's how bad I was.
Well, you didn't miss the game that apparently.
Yeah, I remember. If you guys remember last week on the podcast, we were celebrating because I had to run the prison. Oh, there's the thumbs up. Now I see it. But I had to run the prison, so I didn't wake up till noon on Sunday, and at that point, I had to prepare myself for 5 more days of work. So I really didn't catch much.
Yeah.
Excuses.
Buccaneers blew out the Packers. Aaron Rodgers threw back-to-back picks for the first time since like 2016 or 17.
So here's the deal. That was the only game that was on when I turned on my TV on Sunday, and it was a blowout by the time I woke up. So I was like, all right, I'm good on football today.
Got your fill in.
Yeah. Rams 49ers. Go ahead, Zach.
So I watched the second half of that game, or I watched most of it actually. We had got back from North Dakota, so that's like the one game I fully watched. Niners kind of got back on track, got a big win against the Rams. The Rams were all out of sorts on offense. It's hit and miss sometimes with that Rams offense. 49ers got banged up again, injury bug, missing Raheem Mostert. He's got a high ankle sprain. He's going on IR, it looks like, for a few weeks. But big win for the Niners. Jimmy G looked good. 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Blaster played double 49ers receivers, Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, both getting touchdowns. Helped him cruise to a win. I
think that matchup speaks to the potency of the 49ers rush defense like we were talking about before. The Rams in recent weeks that they've been winning and been playing very well, they've really been focusing on the running game and leaning on their running game.
That is true. Darrell Henderson, not a very good game. Cam Akers played 1 snap. I can't believe it.
Gotta get rid of him.
Am there.
Gotta get rid of him.
Pat already dropped him.
Yep. I dropped him in my other league, but that's a position limit. But
all right, and then we have the double Monday night games, Chiefs and Bills. Chiefs win 26-17 in the rainstorm in Buffalo.
Afternoon game. Josh Allen threw a bunch of picks. Go ahead with Pat.
Mahomes did just enough, only threw 23 passes, and then the Chiefs ran the piss out of it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, big 26-27 rushes.
161 yards.
Ate them up.
4 catches for 8 yards.
Yeah.
That's legit. That's a stat. Yeah, he added 4 catches. Sorry, Clyde. I shouldn't have mentioned your receiving yards.
And then the game that nobody wanted to watch after the second quarter, Cardinals put a beat down on the Cowboys, 38%.
Sorry, Dalton. I forgot.
You're okay. I got drunk. All right.
Oh, I was gonna say it was probably better to get drunk than like shoot your TV with a pistol or punch TVs that I've seen other Cowboys fans doing, or the guy at the game crying with his girlfriend trying to console him. So
that was hilarious. Oh my gosh.
I watched like I don't know, 4 drives of this game, and then I turned on a Netflix show and got drunk.
There's like games. There's just like certain games you just have feelings about where it's just like, even if it's only like 14-0, it's just like, it's just going downhill from here.
Yeah. I'll be honest, as a Cowboys fan, the only reason why I was watching that game is because I have Kyler Murray on a different fantasy team.
And Amari Cooper on yours.
Oh, yeah, and he actually had a decent game. Another garbage time point producer.
Yep.
All right.
Didn't matter, though. I didn't need those points. I wish I could have them this upcoming week.
Yes.
All right.
Go ahead,
Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay. So I'm just wondering, I'm just looking at some scoring. I'm jumping ahead again, aren't I?
We were going to go to the matchups that matter next.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering about who's the leading scorer quarterback? Is it Mahomes or is it Murray?
Ooh, let's look.
It is Kyler Murray.
Wow.
By a hair. Like literally by a hair. I looked at it today. Kyler Murray, 158.48. Patrick Mahomes, 158.46.
Ooh, 0.2 of a point. Wow.
0.2 of a point.
The leading running back is still Alvin Kamara, even with the bye week.
by a wide margin, still
24 points. Who's the leading wide receiver? Let's take a look. Actually, you know what would be fun? To see if there's any weird anomalies like there were for the first 4 weeks.
No, it's still the same.
Dak Prescott's still the number 5 quarterback, and he is out for the year. That's wild. He probably is going to still end the year at like top 20.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Well, think about this. I mean, he's going to because there's not going to be 32 quarterbacks that play. Oh, wait, there's 32 teams.
It's okay.
Top 5 wide receivers.
Andy Dalton did it to me.
Dalton, what I loved about that was like you were saying that quote with such like pride, and then you like stop mid sentence and realize what happened. You're just like, oh no.
Yeah, math is hard.
It is for me too.
Top 5 wide receivers are still pretty standard. Calvin Ridley, Hopkins, Thielen, Diggs, Cooper.
Mike Davis is kind of the only one in the running back section that is weird.
Wow. Robinson, we've seen it. So
Robbie Anderson, number 6. Who would expect the Panthers to produce 2 top 10 offensive options?
I didn't even know Robbie Anderson was on the Panthers.
Well, Justin Jefferson's wide receiver 7.
Yep.
2 rookies in the top 10, it looks like. CeeDee Lamb is 10 as well.
Yep.
Tight ends, nothing new there. Kelsey, Kittle, Andrews, Waller, Jonnu Smith.
Will Fuller with the surprisingly good game. If he can stay healthy, he's actually got a pretty decent shot.
Always, he's like Deshaun Jackson, always a super great deep threat, but it's either injuries or game planning just kind of wrecks him fantasy-wise.
And the loss of production from DeAndre Hopkins helps quite a bit as well.
Oh, that's right. Yep, forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know who's quarterback 8 is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, the poor guy got benched.
Yep.
Jeez. Tua better be good, or I was gonna blame Adam Gase for that, but I forgot he's up in New York now.
Yeah, his job isn't going to last much longer either.
No, he was a coordinator that benefited off Peyton Manning, hasn't done jack since.
All right, here's a fun game. Matt,
Yes.
go ahead and pronounce Tua's last name.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Zach, give it a try.
Tua Tagovailoa.
I don't know which one it is. Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, Tagovailoa.
Full Hawaiian. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can pull up his full Hawaiian name. I'll try to pronounce it.
You should also do the the web pronouncer or whatever, and have the lady do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
The automated lady. Pull that up
Right.
while we discuss the matchups that matter.
Matchups. I'm afraid I'm going to turn up my volume, and it's going to be one of those like a vast internet like you know.
Go ahead and mute yourself real quick then.
Okay, give me just a second.
Till you find it.
All right,
Matchups that matter.
The matchups that matter. So I was able to squeak out a very small victory against Heath, 142 to 138-72. I was really focused in on Monday night. I had Patrick Mahomes to give me a little bit of a cushion. Heath then had Chase Edmonds, Greg Zuerlein, and the Arizona Cardinals defense. He came extremely close. I was rooting so hard for the Cowboys to just score a touchdown. Heath never was able to get above me. He was within a 0.28 points, and then the Cowboys scored and dropped him back down. So he never was able to get above that mark, but eked out a win. Like I said, Cole had a bunch of great performances. He had Kirk Cousins as a stream. Travis Fulgham. He played Trey Burton, who had almost 22 points. Brandon Cooks had another great game. So very good game. Cole's lost now 3 in a row after starting 3-0.
I talked about that.
You did.
Regression to the mean.
And then
horrible performance by Juju Smith-Schuster.
Horrible.
However, even if he played his players on the bench, which was literally just Greg Ward, you still would have won.
Yeah, I was able to – I mean, I also had a 40 burger from King Henry.
Oh, shit. You wouldn't have won.
No.
Oh, man. He would have beat you by 0.62. Wow. 40 burger from Henry. And you had a stinker from Janu who got hurt.
Yep.
He's going to be on the IR?
Nope. He minor ankle injury. Practice today. Should be good to go.
That's what's up. All right. We'll go move on to my matchup, I suppose. I took on the Brink and continued my reign as the highest scoring team in the league as Matthew blows out my eardrums.
Did I really?
Okay, Boomer. It's okay.
What?
God damn it. All right. I win 146-99. It really just was a terrible performance by the Brink. No one on his team showed up. I mean, he is built by the Saints. That's his entire roster. So, and Melvin Gordon got a DUI, so that kind of helped.
Yes.
What is it with Wisconsin running backs and DUIs? I mean, it's ridiculous. Monte Ball before him.
Yeah, it's just the little things. I blame it on Denver nightlife. I've been there. You know, PT's all nude. The downtown scene by Coors Field, it'll get you every time, man.
Especially in times of COVID. Who's driving by Beta? Well, I mean, you could drive by Beta. I mean, but like not shooting, of course, but like you could drive by it any day of the week. But I mean, hopefully nobody's clubbing. That'd be terrifying.
Please continue with this rant. I really enjoy it.
So the problem with Denver is just they're not, of course they're not strict. They legalize, weed, but then it's like alcohol. It's just like, I mean, literally every single Denver big athlete has been pulled over for DUI or something, like Matt Prater, Carmelo Anthony. I think Jake Plummer a couple times. I mean, maybe it's just a Denver athlete issue, but yeah, I can rant about that.
If Melvin Gordon wouldn't have posted like his game check in his back window, he probably wouldn't have got pulled over.
Did he really do that?
I'm just making that up. I don't know what actually
happened.
I
was like, wow.
He's probably leaving downtown in a Lamborghini, and they're like, well, this guy either doesn't know how to drive or he's Melvin Gordon. So,
well, Brandon Marshall, not the linebacker, but the wide receiver, had a terrible reputation for just partying out all the weekends and everything like that. So it might be just a Denver athlete thing. Wouldn't shock me at all.
I absolutely agree. It's that cold factor. Like, what the hell else are you supposed to do?
Right. I mean, you got some great ski resorts, and Fort Collins is okay, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, if you got a lot of money, you're gonna flaunt it and get the girls.
There is world-class ski resorts all over the place there. However, the only problem is in Denver, I mean, you have to go on the bye week. That's like the only time you'd be able to go.
That's true.
All right, let's move on here. Patrick picked up his second win in a row after starting
Two-time.
After 0-4 beating the two-time champion.
Two-time.
Cody Sackett, 119, 82 to 98. Pat led the entire way. Sackett did not have a great Monday night showing. He was looking for his third or fourth Monday night miracle victory. Bad game by Tyreek Hill and Dalton Schultz, Devin Singletary, and CeeDee Lamb. Not
what
great.
The hell happened to Mike Gesicki this week?
He got a donut.
He had 2 targets, but Adam Shaheen, wasn't he a former first-round pick of the Chicago Bears that the Dolphins traded for?
Second, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, first or second-round pick they traded for him. He caught the lone touchdown amongst the tight end group this week.
Yep, second-round pick from a very, very tiny school.
Oh,
Probably
man,
more
what's
of a
it called?
blocker than anything. I'll look it up.
All right, Matthew's on the hunt. I hope you also got Tua's proper name pulled up. We'll play that after we get done with the matchups that matter.
All right.
And one
Chris,
of the matchups.
Go ahead. I'll let you have it.
Which, are we doing the same one?
I don't know. Were you about to talk about the Call-Out Bowl Season 2?
Call-Out Bowl Season 2. You got it, Dalton.
All right, my good friend Christopher Lean defeats Drew despite all the shit talk. He was born to lose this game. He takes it in a landslide, 148 to 110. Zach Moss, third-round pick, goes for 1 point. Sorry, Drew.
He did not have a very good game this week. Minus Julio Jones, 33.7 points. Not a great game by Josh Allen. Just kind of had a lackluster Lineup this week. Nothing he could really do. A lot of leans guys went off.
For
Tanner
no
went
reason, he left Keelan Cole on the bench after Keelan Cole has been so hot.
Yeah. Probably
I mean,
played him over Edelman.
Yeah, bro. Trade me Keelan Cole. I mean, come on. You don't want to play him. I get it. It's kind of like me and Myles Gaskin. We have a love-hate relationship.
The undefeated.
But one of these weeks, they'll explode for a lot.
Yeah.
The undefeated team of Cole Smith and Show Me the Money has finally dropped his first game to Blaster, getting his second win, 138.2 to 108.42. Cole did not have a great showing this week. Lackluster from Hopkins and Cup and Mike Evans and Antonio Gibson. Just didn't get a whole lot of work. Big games from Jonathan Taylor and Edwards Hilaire. But Blaster got just enough from Ronald Jones and Aaron Jones and Ayuk.
Brandon McManus.
22 points for the kicker and 14 points for the New York Giants.
The kicker led opt-out for Harambe's team with Aaron Rodgers only scoring 3.8 points. I mean, maybe Aaron should be the kicker.
Ronald Jones had 26.
Zach beat me to it.
Oh, dang it. All right.
Pretty close, though.
Yeah, it was close. You know, the most concerning part about this matchup for Cole is that he was playing his A lineup and couldn't put up 120 points. That's kind of concerning.
Put a stinker up this week. It happens. He's 5-0. I mean, he's a stinker.
That's a frustrating thing with fantasy. Even if on paper, your matchup looks like, picture perfect, and then, they just put up a bunch of zero burgers. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
And then my brother has lost
Who's
three
this again?
He's lost 3 in a row after starting 3-0. Lost to Dark Horse, who is now 5-1. Luke did have some bye week troubles this week. No Tyler Lockett, no Alvin Kamara. Nick Chubb's hurt. It is what it is. Luke got a double goose egg from John Brown and Mecole Hardman. Yikes.
And then Dearness Johnson, 4 carries for 1 yard.
Yeah. And Marvin Jones, 2 catches for 8 yards.
Did you curse your brother? Did that happen again?
Well, he
did poison his Fruit Loops.
But it's good to see him. Dark Horse got a good team. He's going to keep rolling. He's got to find a second running back minus Zeke. Zeke's been carrying him.
Dark Horse rides into the night.
You know what? This season has been all about redemption. Both of the 2 worst teams in the league last year are the best this year.
Yes.
All right, and with that, Matthew, go ahead and give us the payoff of Tua Tagovailoa.
All right, so do you want my pronunciation or the computer one?
I want to hear yours first and then the computer so we can have a laugh.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to give an attempt at Mr. Tua's full name. And if Tua Tagovailoa is actually listening to us, I do apologize, and please don't hunt me down or anything in the middle of Kansas.
Now you gave away your location.
Not my town, though. All right, so it's Dalton. All right, everyone knows where I live. Tua Amiga Manuel Pola Tua Tagovailoa.
All right, now play the computer-generated version. That wasn't bad.
All right. If this is like terrible audio, I apologize.
All right.
From Hawaii, Tua Tagovailoa. How do you go about pronouncing his name?
Oh, okay. Darn, it only gave me Tua Tagovailoa.
Wow.
I think Zach and I won this one.
I'll give it to you. I have no idea.
Because it's a long A. Or no, it's a short A, not a long A. I don't know. Matt, you're the teacher.
Well, I was going to say, although I'm just a simple teacher in the Midwest of Kansas, I'm not very good at Samoan. So I don't know, the Hawaiian state fish is Tagalalapu or something weird like that. So I absolutely have no idea.
What was the second thing you looked up?
Second thing I looked up. Oh, Adam Shaheen.
Yeah, what round was he drafted?
He was drafted in the – okay, I looked up the college. I didn't look up the round.
The college. Sorry, it was second round. What was the college?
Yep. Let's see. Second round out of Ashland University.
Ashland, yeah.
Wow. I thought it was Appalachian State for a minute.
I was going to say Appalachian State's like a big-time school compared to this one.
Yeah.
This
He must
is
have been one of those height, weight, speed guys.
It's a Division II school in Ashland, Ohio. I have no clue where that's at.
Good question. And with that, I think this is a proper time to take a quick break. Enjoy these tunes hand-selected by Matthew Lloyd Henderson. All right, I got to poop.
Look,
I got
Sorry.
to go potty too.
I've been peeking this whole time.
Prairie dogging. I hope this part's actually on the podcast.
oh, I didn't stop mine.
And welcome back. Let's start this off right. Coming back from a break, I actually had to go get a new bottle that I haven't opened. And I haven't mentioned this one time this year. I used to make jokes about being sponsored by the whiskey I was drinking. So tonight, we're sponsored by Old Forester, single barrel product of Wyoming. Well, no, not product of Wyoming, product of Kentucky, specially bottled for Wyoming. And that smells.
Why-o till I die-o.
Man,
delicious.
I should have had some Old Forester. I just got some simple Jameson in here tonight.
This smells so good.
Arnold Palmer iced tea for me, baby.
There you go. All right. Matt, are you ready to assist us with the rundown of next week's matchups, week 7? Not the IRL football, the ones we actually care about.
Exactly.
The matchups that matter.
Matthew, you go ahead and rattle off the first two,
Okay.
and we'll fill in from there.
All right. So the first one we got two of my homeboys in this one. So first of all, we got our league commissioner, Mr. Zachary Darnell Stewart, and the good old sorry, I got so excited with the joke I can't pronounce my names. And the good old boys club going against my other homeboy, Any Given Sunday -2X, aka the People's Commissioner, Cody Barrow Sackett. Wait, that's not his middle name, is it?
I have
Zach's trying not to die over here. All right. So we got Zachary going against Cody Sackett, I should clarify. And we got some good. So what do you guys want me to go over exactly? Like just player matchups or projected scores, or how you guys doing it?
Projected scores, we were doing that before, but it's pretty damn boring. Plus, with the way we've been going through bye weeks, it might be an opportunity to touch on individual players who have solid matchups or bad matchups, or how many, like if they have significant pieces of their team on a bye.
Gotcha. Okay, so I do want to apologize to everyone beforehand. I am not playing a single down of fantasy football this year, so if like my matchup projections are completely wrong, feel free to butt in right away. Is that okay?
We're not going to butt in. Just let it ride, Favre.
All right. All right. So we got Zachary, and he's got a pretty solid lineup of running backs in his stable. So we've got Derrick Henry going against the very, very tough Pittsburgh defense. And he's also got Chris Carson, who has been great for me on teams past, going against the Arizona defense, which, depending on the year, could be either a great matchup or a tough matchup. How's that matchup against the Arizona Cardinals run defense looking this year?
Arizona's not horrible, but they're probably middle of the road. 20th.
Yeah, middle of the pack. You're not scared of the Cardinals rush defense.
Nope.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, I know Chandler Jones is out for a while, but I wasn't sure exactly what was going on there. So, all right. Zachary's also got a pretty solid stable of wide receivers as well, going with the man Devontae Adams out of Fresno State going against the Houston Texans. Jonnu Smith, who I think I had on my team more times last year than I can count, just absolutely put up 0 burgers for me, but I'm glad he's doing okay for Zachary at least. Although he's got the questionable designation, but as we all know with questionable, 50-50 means there's a chance, so I'd say start him. Robert Woods, and is it T. Higgins or Tyler Higgins? I have no idea.
Higgins.
T. Higgins, okay. And is it Tyler Bass is the kicker? I am so sorry, boys and girls. I have no idea who some of these players are, but Zachary, I will trust you. And my favorite addition to Zachary's team, On defense, it is the football team going against the Dallas Cowboys. How about that?
Yeah.
Wait, is that like the flag football team, or is that the?
I don't know. All on my screen it says is football team.
Yes.
It's a football team.
The former Redskins of past lore.
I would like to interrupt this evening broadcast to inform you guys that Blake Snell is pitching a no-hitter in the bottom of the fifth inning right now, top of the fifth inning against the Dodgers.
Against the whoa.
Yeah.
Good.
Uh-oh, you probably just jinxed him. I think that was a
I hope-
strategy from Dalton there.
Yeah, I hope I jinxed his ass.
I think the Dodgers are gonna take that series all the way. So even if it's just one win for the Rays, I'm all for that.
On the Rays, they'll be fine. They were one of the best teams in baseball. So
Yep, the
Darn
best
right.
two teams in baseball are in the championship right now. All right, another interruption in tonight's programming. Zach, you need to get a bottle of this. If you like black licorice
Ugh, nasty.
and like anise, it's all there.
You
All
said
right,
eight.
all right, well, let's finish this matchup up. I'm going against we got the rivalry game, otherwise known as Hack Gate. It's gonna be it'll be a good one. Two top teams, both 4-2. Sackett has a couple tough matchups, but nothing like crazy. He's gonna be defined by his tight ends as he has been the past couple weeks. We'll see what he rolls with. But projections, I wouldn't throw anything into it right now. He's still got Marquise Hollywood Brown in there. So it's going to be – I mean, it's always a close game between us. So
Can I add one thing real quick?
Yep.
I like how you emphasize that he is going to be he's going to have a defined tight end. Okay.
Matt, are
Zach
you-
did laugh.
are you
I did.
28 or are you like 12?
He's a school teacher, man. Every time he said you had a stable of running backs and a stable of wide receivers, I kept thinking, that is Matt trying to make a reference to some kind of stable of whores, or what's going on here in Kansas?
Horses, right?
Yeah, whores. All right, break down your next matchup, Matthew.
All right. And then I do apologize to Cody Jubal Sackett for that last reference about his body. I do not judge anybody. All right. The next one I have is the very awesomely named One Hit Wonders with the very appropriately used Seahawk logo going against my good buddy Patrick and the Filthy Casual. And, actually, I don't think I know Drew. My name is Matt. Nice to meet you unofficially. So as the projections go, I think okay, so those numbers made it look very complicated there. So the One Hit Wonders are projected at 138.16. And then Patrick and the Filthy Casual is projected at 136.18. I actually thought those were the same numbers for a moment, but I'm glad I read it.
They are the same numbers, Matthew. You need to get an eye exam.
No, they're not. Don't mess with
138.18 and 136.18. You were
Totally.
right.
All right, so the One Hit Wonders are starting my boy Josh Stallion against the New York Jets, which I am assuming is going to be a very, very favorable matchup. I'm kind of wondering if there's some sort of shoulder injury going on with Josh Allen though.
Really?
I don't know. He grimaces a little bit when he throws a little. I don't know if it's in his throwing. I don't think it's in his throwing shoulder, but I don't know. Something seems a little off. I watch a lot of Josh Stallion, as you can tell.
Are you sure he's not constipated or something?
I don't know. Call a gastroenterologist. I have no clue.
You got a number for him?
I don't know. Where does Josh Allen go for gastroenterology?
That's a really good question.
I have
All
no
right.
idea.
Let's move on.
Okay. All right. So the One Hit Wonders are also carrying Devontae Freeman, who I did not know was on the New York Giants, and Jerick McKinnon, who's back from his catastrophic injury from last year. And going with Julio Jones, Stephon Diggs, Jimmy Graham, who seems ageless to me, Odell Beckham Jr., formerly
Home run! No hitter over, baby. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, you were more excited for Odell Beckham Jr. there than Odell is for Cleveland Steamer. Am I right?
That was actually really good. You're welcome.
All right. I was going to make a joke, but after you cheered the home run, I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be better timing. And former Colorado Buffalo Laviska Shenault is going to be going against the Chargers. And then Robbie Gould, always consistent, and the Packers defense against Houston, which could be an interesting matchup considering Houston's firepower with Deshaun Watson and Zach's boy David Johnson.
Laviska Shenault, Matthew, you'd be happy to know, has actually been a pretty good fantasy player this year.
All right. Good for him.
Minus week 6, which makes no sense because it was a cake matchup.
Oh,
did he get hurt?
No.
Hamstring.
Oof. A lot of hamstring.
Hammy.
Imagine with the COVID shortened season, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
All right, and then the filthy casual, aka Patrick. He's got my boy Gardner Minshew, the mustache wonder. Kareem Hunt might be in the running for comeback player of the year. Who's a running back for Jacksonville? Is it James Robinson?
Yeah.
Undrafted.
Oh, really? Oh, good for him. All right. Kenny Golladay, Chris Godwin. He's got some pretty good receivers with some favorable matchups. Noah Fant against the Chiefs could be a sneaky play. Kind of tough to tell with the injury that he's had. And then Tyler Boyd, Darrell Henderson, my long-lost relative of Los Angeles. Ooh, a kicker. I only remember this guy for the Chargers. Young Ho Koo.
Oh, Young, a kicker.
A kicker. He had 18 points last week too.
Oh, all right. I didn't know he was employed either. And risky play. The Browns defense going against Joe Burrow and Cincinnati.
Believe it or not, the Browns, I believe, are a top 10 defense so far this year.
12. 12.
Well, I guess I got Miles. I don't know. I call him the head basher, Miles Garrett, and a few other guys on that defense. So I guess shouldn't be shocked, but yeah.
I'll knock out these next two here.
Yep. Go ahead, Zach. It's all you.
Oh, man.
All right. We have a matchup of 2-4 teams. We have opt-out for Harambe and Redskins for life in Chris Lean. Both teams 2-4. Both badly need a win. No one's necessarily on a Blaster has a few bye week issues, Dalvin Cook, but he missed last week. He lost Zach Ertz for 3 to 4 weeks or so. Going to make some moves. And then Lean, no bye week problems. Got to check out some injuries. Joe Mixon didn't practice today. DJ Chark's been on the injury report all year. We'll see if he fires up Le'Veon Bell with his new team of the Kansas City Chiefs.
As much as I hate to say it, first of all, I wouldn't start Le'Veon Bell. First of all, new offense. Second of all, terrible matchup. Also, is it too early to say that this is a must-win game for these two teams? I kind of think it is.
Not a must-win. A couple podcasts ago, I told you Brinkman made the playoffs at 2-5. That's the lowest the record's been that has made the playoffs. So at 2-5, you're not all the way out, but you got to win out because Brinkman won 6 in a row that year. So 2-5 puts you in the bottom pretty hard. But we'll see if Blaster can bounce back. I mean, he got a win last week, but Aaron Rodgers needs a bounce back game. He's got some good matchups, no doubt about it. He's streaming Greg Oldman Olsen since Zach Ertz is out for a while. But we'll have to wait and see. Early projections have it for Lean right now, but things can change in the next coming days.
Lots of 2-4 teams right now.
Yeah, and then the next matchup we have the 5-1 Cole and Show Me the Money, and another 2-4 team in Brinkman. Brinkman's going to get all his Saints players back. Brinkman won the lottery on Chase Claypool. That's going to help him definitely down the stretch. He'll have Michael Thomas, Calvin Ridley, and Chase Claypool in his wide receiver slots. That's going to help him out. He's definitely going to still need to get some running back help, Melvin Gordon, David Johnson. But it has the Brink with the slight edge right now in the victory, but that's Jonathan Taylor's on a bye week. Cole's going to shift some guys around. Expect Cole to be in the running for that game as well.
Yeah, Cole's going to slide Antonio Gibson into that running back spot likely and pick up somebody from his bench on the flex.
You got Hunter Henry. Corey Davis was activated from the COVID list. Justin Jackson's a good player right now. Judy should have a good matchup against Kansas City. So
I wouldn't really trust Drew Lock outside of the fact that there's going to be a lot of garbage time in this game.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, he's got options. He'll be fine.
All right, Monsters and Freight Trains taking on Jake from State Farm. This isn't a must-win game. However, this game may come back to bite one of these players if they can't win it, as it's 2, 3, and 3 teams matching up. Looks like some bye week issues for
Nobody.
Lamar Jackson, he's been bad. Derek Carr is a perfectly fine replacement for Lamar Jackson right now, as sad as that is to say. Luke gets Alvin Kamara back. DeAndre Swift, if he continues his tear, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I'm probably going to take your brother in this matchup.
Ooh. He needs a win.
Do we want to add this to a bet? How strongly do you feel about this?
The loser of this game loses 4 in a row.
I'm taking your brother in this one.
Yeah.
I hate to make bets on this shit, but
I don't want to bet on this. That's
all right, cool.
It's too finicky right now. You don't know what's
breaking down the final matchup. Man, when we're talking about bye week issues, it doesn't get much worse than my team right now, especially since I'm made up of all of the garbage time players, Dolphins and Vikings. Alexander Madison last week didn't show up for me. Doesn't matter. He gets to ride some pine. We'll see how Dalvin Cook is feeling after the bye week. It's likely that I can just stash out Alexander Madison for the next time that Dalvin Cook gets hurt. Dallas Goedert might come back. If he does, that does improve my my flex position. Honestly, there really shouldn't be any way that I win this game. I say this now. However, if you look at the wide receivers that are getting trot out by Dark Horse, I actually do have a decent shot.
His receivers are fine.
Anybody else?
He is missing
Adam Brian.
He's
back.
Thielen.
All right, Matthew. Hold on.
Oh.
Zach, go ahead again.
I said he is missing Adam Thielen. That does hurt his receiving core a little bit. But Cole Beasley's been fine. Jamison Crowder is the top 25 receiver. Will Fuller's been on fire. And he's got the Will Fuller. He's not playing Deshaun Watson right now. He's going Matt Ryan.
It's basically going to be a bunch of top 30 guys outside of Brian Hill facing off of my ragtag team of a bunch of haves and have-nots.
You're not too bad. I mean, it'll be closer than you think.
God damn it, Dak. Why'd you have to go down before this week? All right. And with that, that is done with this week's recap. Next thing we're going to do is, Zach, you said you had some interesting stats during the break. Why don't you go ahead and share those with us?
Yeah, so
what should we call this segment? Because I feel like every week you've got an interesting stat. Is it Zachariah's Corner?
Zach's Stats.
Zach's Bread and Butter? Huh?
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Zach's Bread and Butter.
All right.
Get rid of that mustache, baby. I'm churning it.
So through the first 6 weeks, I've been keeping track of weekly points for the league. The highest scoring week for the entire league was week number 5 with 1,659.26 points with an average. Wait. Scratch that. Sorry. Week number 2. Week 2 is the highest scoring week. 1,687 points for an average of 140.58 across the league. 140.58. The lowest scoring week was last week. Granted, that's when bye week started to happen. So we're going to see this a little bit more often. For the total, 1,500.1 with an average of 125.00. So it was real slim pickings this last week.
120 won it for you this week.
What?
120 won it for you last week. Just about.
Yeah, if you scored 125, you're going to get a win.
Your brother put up 185 on me in week 2.
Yeah, there were some high scores in that week. 185, 168, 168, 151, 154. I mean, there was a lot that week.
I think that was pre-injury bug and pre-bye week.
And pre-COVID. So since we started interdivision play, for week 6, I will keep track of which division comes out ahead. So for week 6,
This was a big deal last year when you and I were in separate divisions and we were keeping track of this. I was talking all sorts of smack, and my division was so weak.
yes. So week 6, the COVID division had the winning record of 4-2. The teams that got the win in the COVID division, myself, Dalton, Lean, and Patrick all got wins. Luke and Cole were the ones that took the loss. But right now, COVID has the lead in interdivision play at 4-2. We will see what happens next week.
All right. Now it's time for the bets. Did we call these anything? Were they just the crappy bets that'll try to make it so I have to grow out my hair and you don't have to do a mustache?
Yeah, I know. We got to think of a segment. I called it the bets that matter, but that's lame.
Yeah, it is lame. I like Zach's bread and butter. I really like that. Go ahead, Matt.
What about Mookie bets?
Ooh. Mookie
yeah.
Minute?
Like making bets?
Well, I was talking about the baseball player for the Dodgers.
Right. But like Mookie Minute? No, that's stupid. All right, let me get back to these bets.
All right, it's Dalton. Oh, let me go through the bets last week.
Go ahead.
We had one carryover bet, which was more passing touchdowns. Was it the Broncos or the Patriots? Neither one threw a touchdown. It's a push. One was more running back points, Washington running backs or Giants running backs. We both took the Redskins, the Washington football team. Not as close as it had been on the stat sheet. Both of us get a point. I take Deshaun Watson. Dalton has Ryan Tannehill. Deshaun Watson gets the victory in that. And then the other bet was more field goals made for the Jets and the Dolphins. I took the Dolphins. Dalton took the Jets. It was a score of 1-0. So it was pretty close in that regard.
Brandon McMahon on that one.
That's not part of the bet, man.
It's always part of the bet.
So I am in the lead. I believe it's 5-1 at this point. It is Dalton's turn. We trade every other week. Dalton will bring 3 bets to the table.
All right, I have 2 right off the top of my head, and then the third one I might have to re-research, but I will be able to find it pretty quick. I do remember where I located the numbers that made me think of this bet.
Okay, let's hear it. You want me to pick first, or you want to pick first?
Matt, flip a coin.
Give me 1 second, Dalton.
Just kidding.
Never mind.
All right. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
4.
I think I get to go first.
You have the number. What was the number?
It was 8.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You want me to
It
flip
was.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and flip a coin. Yeah, that's way more.
All
fun.
right, so I'm flipping this coin all the way from Salina, Kansas. This is going to be a very big deal. Is everybody ready?
I'll throw it over them mountains.
All right, so I'm going to throw it over the Flint Hills. I'm going to throw it over the Rockies, make sure it lands in Rollins, and then makes a quick skip and a jump over to Sheridan. Is everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who's
calling it?
Zach, you have the honors.
Okay.
All right, call it in the air. It's in the air.
Tails.
And it is tails. Did you guys see it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here. So I'll pick first. So what's the
All right. So, I got to tell you the bet.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Sorry, I'm trying to research at the same time. I'm terrible. All right. So the first bet, I might as well just get it out of the way as I'm looking at this. So we were talking about the poor running back matchups, right?
Yep.
The bet is more points to the running back. More points between Ezekiel Elliott by himself, who's going up against the
Redskins.
who give up the 7th fewest points to running backs, or the combined total of the New England Patriots. Combined running back total for New England Patriots versus Ezekiel Elliott. The Broncos give up the 3rd fewest running back points.
That's tough because James.
I know. That's why it's a good bet.
That's hard for me to take the first one. I'll take Zeke.
All right, I'll take the Patriots then, just to make it interesting.
That's close. It was. Yeah.
I also think it's Zeke, but I need to zig because I'm pretty far behind.
That was actually really close. Like I just think the Patriots will be up. I don't know.
That's tough.
Okay, Zeke. Gotcha.
All right. So
You're
the
up.
next bet, which I will pick first, we are going to go. 2 players are coming off of injured reserve for a Thursday night matchup.
Maybe. We don't know if the other one is.
Do we want to make a backup bet? Matthew, what's the ruling on here? Do we wash it if Sterling Shepard doesn't come off of IR, or do we just make a backup bet?
They both.
I think a backup bet would be kind of intriguing.
Okay, so this is the initial bet. If Sterling Shepard comes off IR, it is Sterling Shepard versus Deshaun Jackson. We're going to go targets.
Just target.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And you get a pick first.
Shit.
How the turntable.
I'm going to go D-Jax.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking. I don't trust them. I'm going D-Jax too. Sorry. I know you want me to go the other way, but it's not.
Because you love Sterling.
Don't do it,
I do
Zachary.
like Sterling Shepard, but I think D-Jax has more targets.
All right. Bet number 3, and then I'll come up with a backup bet, which I haven't formulated yet. Matthew, you think of a bet. You get the premise now, don't you?
I guess hold on. I wish I would.
It's just kind of like a stupid bet, basically.
Okay.
So my third bet. What will the largest lead of this football game be on Sunday morning? Lions, Falcons. Over, under 15.
Is this question for Zachary or me?
Yep, Zach. Or you
Okay.
can participate as well if you'd like.
Okay, I was just making sure. It got really quiet. I was like,
Over, under 15.
For the entire game?
Yep, largest lead.
Under.
All right, I'll go over. I think that's a good, fair number.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot closer. There's been so many. I know the Falcons have been so far down or so far ahead. I think the Lions will just keep pace.
I could see 24-7 at halftime Falcons, and then the Lions come back. All right. Matthew, had you had enough time?
Is it 15 or more or over 15? Over 15, right?
15 is push. 15 is a push.
Okay, over 15. Okay.
Over 15.
all right. So for the bet I'm thinking of, I want to do a Josh Stallion related one. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go with Joshua Patrick Allen will score more than 25 points or up against the Jets.
How about you face him off against a comparable quarterback option?
Well,
I think that's
it
a little bit more
it
interesting.
can't be comparable because the Jets, they play the Jets.
No, I know. That's fine. You can find another one from around the league.
All right.
Unless, Zach, you like that bet and you're good with that one. I'm sorry to trample on you, Matt, for
I don't
coming
like
up with
that.
something in the
Don't trampled on me, everybody. That sounds so bad. No, it's good. I'm trying to see who else has a really good matchup. How are the Panthers against pass?
Good.
Okay, yeah, maybe not Drew Brees then. Oh, okay. How about either Patrick Mahomes scored more against the Broncos, especially since I'm a
Ooh.
unfortunate Broncos fan out in the middle of Chiefs country, or Josh Allen against the Jets.
Okay, I like that better. That's way more
I like
interesting.
it too. Now,
All right.
So more points, Mahomes or Josh Allen, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it me first? Fuck.
No, it's
Yeah, it's me.
But you know which side I'm going to take, so you might as well just take the other side.
You taking Pat?
Yeah, I have Mahomes on my team. I'm not going against them.
All right, I'll take the other side. I'll take Josh Allen.
Okay.
Ooh, this could get intriguing.
Huck those cantaloupes all over the place, baby.
That bet is only valid if
Sterling Shepard doesn't play.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
only valid if it,
Yeah.
that was honestly that was going to be my bet last week. Mahomes or Allen, because they played each other.
Fuck it.
Oh.
Let's do it. Let's do 4 bets this week.
No,
Why?
because it's the Jets.
Zachary.
Jets.
Out of control.
You got to be confident with your picks, man.
Well, I am, but
I'm not.
I have the
I
lead.
like Allen this one. Call me crazy, call me a homer, but I like Josh Allen getting more against the Jets.
All right, I'm good with this being a fill-in. We'll call it a fill-in. That's what we said from the get-go. All right, Matthew, we have just enough time.
All right.
We probably ran out of time like 20 minutes ago. But I do want to hear. Say what?
It's been a long episode.
Yeah, there's like no way we can keep episodes under an hour at this point. Matthew,
It's a special one.
you promised us the worst bar fight you've ever seen.
All right. So just to update everybody, I moved out to Kansas, just kind of looking for a new adventure and all that. So I live about 60 miles away from the college town of Manhattan, Kansas, which is better known as the home of legendary coach Bill Snyder and the Kansas State Wildcats. So that's actually one of the like calls during the games when they get a first down. It's like this very terrifying cat sound. Sounds like a mountain lion like getting caught in a trap outside or something like that. But
You want to hear something funny? Sorry to jump you off.
yeah,
the
no,
rails.
go for it.
When I made
That's
that noise, Myron woke up from his nap and stared at me.
Cats know. All right. So I think let's see this. So I've attended 2 games so far, and just kind of on a whim, I decided to go to the Arkansas State and Kansas State game at the very beginning of the year. It was like a highlighted game, started right at, I think, 10 a.m. Mountain time. So it was like everybody could see it bright and early. But so the, oh shoot, I forgot where, okay. So that night, there was a lot of angry Manhattanites in the area just because Kansas State lost to a Sun Belt team, Arkansas State.
The Red Wolves, right?
Yeah, Red Wolves. Yep. Yeah, very well coached team. I think they were ranked for a little bit, but yeah, Kansas State shouldn't be losing to a Sun Belt team. So a lot of angry Wildcats fans. So I go to the swing dance bar. Usually I text Dalton every time I go there. I'm like, dude, I wish you were here, because usually swing dance night at the Cowboy and Laramie, we'd like team up, and if one girl didn't have a dance partner, then the other one would kind of swoop in and save the day. So I was like, oh man, where's Dalton when I need him? But if anyone's ever in Manhattan, come hunt me down or call me or something, and we'll figure something out. But so I was watching swing dancing when suddenly there was this drunk guy playing darts, and very drunkenly and idiotically, I thought it was hilarious, but a lot of the bar patrons did it. He decided to take the darts, instead of throwing them at the dartboard, just throwing at the people swing dancing. And I was like, okay, this isn't going to end well. So he threw his first dart, missed, and then landed on the dance floor. Everyone's looking around like, oh, what the heck's going on? And then he throws a second one, hits a girl. And, of course, the girl's big buff boyfriend is like, hey, why are you hitting my girl with a dart? So him and his buddy are laughing hysterically. He throws another dart, hits another girl, and then suddenly the bouncer comes in. And the bouncer is maybe – Dalton, how tall are you?
5'10".
Okay, yeah, the bouncer is a little shorter than Dalton, maybe 5'8" or so, but very tough looking. So comes right up to the guy who's probably my height and, gets up in his face, is like, you need to leave this place right now. So, of course, this guy's, the tall guy's drunk logic. He was looking around. He had that look in his eye. He's like, yep, I'm going to start something. So he kind of cold cocks the guy right in the side of the jaw and just completely drops this bouncer. And then suddenly the guy's buddy decides to, try to beat up the bouncer as well while he's laying on the ground. And then suddenly a whole bunch of the other bouncers start. And so it becomes this 2 versus 3 bouncer fight. And then more punches get thrown. And then suddenly it started from 2 on 3. And then suddenly it became 2 of these guys against 20 bar patrons all going after these 2 guys. So it's just a lot of punching, a lot of kicking. One guy bit another guy, which I thought somebody made that up, but he showed the bite marks to prove it. So as you can see, a lot of Kansans like rolling on the floor, punching each other. Looks like one of those like Old West like movie scenes where it's just, absolutely ridiculous bar fight. And then the cops show up. So I'm watching this whole thing happen. The cops come in and try to arrest people. So then the drunk guy, he pushes everybody off him, and the cops trying to, calm him down. So then the tall guy punches the cop and runs completely out of the bar. And then I found out later that there was police officers out in the back behind the bar as well. So I guess he got caught, but all because he was throwing darts at girls, which of course I don't condone, but just watching the whole thing was just kind of hilarious. But I'm guessing it was a lot of booze involved and a lot of angry Kansas mad that their Wildcats lost. So
That guy sounds like he is going to be one of the new patrons of the Kansas Department of Corrections.
It wouldn't shock me. I was going to say assault on a police officer, multiple assault charges, possibly a biting. There's a lot going there. I've seen some Buckhorn ones where usually there's just some pushing and shoving and then people fall down and then, cops are called. But this one was like started from like 1 person to 3 people to 5 people, then ended up being 20. And then someone's like, "Are you going to jump in?" I'm like, "Hell no."
You're like, "No, I'm a Wyomingite. You guys can do whatever you want around here."
And I was like, "Yeah, this isn't my fight. No."
All right. And with that, yeah, you might. And with that, Zach, do you have any closing thoughts?
Down the hatch, and good luck in week 7. I will keep you all posted on COVID updates. Hopefully there are none this week as there were none last week.
Didn't you test positive though, Zach?
I did not.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I did not.